Alright, this is our gorgeous 1970 FJ40 Land Cruiser. My wife Amber found it up in Statesville. We live in Mooresville. It's priced $2,200 with lots of rust, and they were right. We went and looked at it, and there is lots of rust. But it's a cheap project that we thought we would want to take on, despite the fact that we already have too many projects, including that CJ5 that I'm trying to finish up. It's a 1967. But the Land Cruiser, we looked it over and told the guy we would do $1,500, and he agreed to it. We had to have it towed back here. Just got it here last night in the pouring rain. A lot of big things just to even get started on it. Didn't even know if the engine turned over. Definitely didn't run. Got a flat tire that prevents us from even rolling it around, so I'm going to try to put that one on today if Boone will help me. Last night got started on the engine a little bit, hooked my jumper up to it and pulled the plugs out, sprayed some PB Blaster down there and let it soak, and shorted out the starter solenoid, and it turned over, which obviously is a good sign. So the next step was to get it to turn over with the key. So I popped a battery in there and got some wiring hooked up right, and it turned over just fine from the key. So now the next step is to go get an ignition coil and wire that up and put new plugs in it and see if it'll even start with starter fluid. And if that works, then start working on the carburetor and oil change and all that fun stuff. But trying to take it one step at a time, because if we find that the engine's bad, it's probably not even worth taking on because of all the rust. So trying to figure out if it's worth saving even before I sink too much time or money into it. So one step at a time. You can see rust wise, it's the outside looks like it could be made to look halfway decent. Floors have been patched and then re-rusted. The rear floor has been replaced and it's pretty solid, but obviously not original. You can see the custom brackets for the seats, and gas tank doesn't look original or anything like that. Cooled seats that need recovering, but it's definitely never going to be a show truck. But the plan is really just to get it fixed up enough to where it looks halfway decent driving around town, and do some light four-wheeling and camping in it and have some fun with it, and maybe cruise around with the CJ5. So I'll do another video once I figure out if I can get it started and see where we are from there.